This is JB with Going Wild, back to you here. I'm inside the workshop. Got the sun coming through here, trying to get it off the camera as much as possible so you can see. If I turn it this way, okay, cordage making. We've got our cordage material soaking down here in a bucket of water. The end result, what we want is something like this. You can kind of see that right there. And this is made out of poplar. And this piece here is probably about 6 feet. 6 feet, it probably takes about, I don't know, 10 minutes to do. And you can see the lay that you want. That's how the ropes are twisted. I've got a better way to envision that coming up here in a second. And the ultimate goal is to kind of have it twisted. Here's some jute rope. You can see right here. Just have it nice, even lay, they call it. Kind of like that, just an even twist. Okay. Okay, to visualize this, let me toss that there. I have 2 pieces of 550 cord here. Get out of the sun. Try to get about the same diameter. I'm gonna tie an overhand knot in one end. Then you can just kind of hang that up on a nail there. I got plenty of nails stuck in around here to hold tools. We'll get a close up here. Okay, and these are probably about 8 to 10 feet long. Okay, now what you want is a nice even lay. You want to wrap even. And the way I do that is I hold here with my thumb and index finger, then I'll grab it with my little finger. And that's my mechanism right there for keeping it nice and even. Kind of get that. You kind of squeeze it up, let it go up in there. Take your ends, make sure they don't get too twisted. Sometimes you have to stop and untwist them. Keep them nice and separate. Thumb and index, little finger. And that creates a nice even lay, I found. Untwist, becomes like a steady. And you can kind of see, let me get a close up here. You can kind of see the even lay I've got. I'm using 2 different colored P cords here, trying to give you a visualization. What you don't want, let me untwist here. What you don't want is, say, one wrapped around the other. You can see how this is just one wrapped around the other, because then it'll just be as strong as that green strand. The tensile strength will not be combined, it'll be the strength of that green strand. And the same if it's opposite. But if you have it woven nice and evenly, then the tensile strength will be both combined. You can see how I feed it to my little finger and a twist. Gets me my distance. Just doing this quick so you can see. I only have a few minutes. Okay, the one thing this doesn't do, let me get a piece of material here. There's a couple of what you want. I've got a piece of material here, and you can either start at the ends like that, or you can start halfway, depending on the size cordage you want, and just take and twist. And I'll just kind of twist that clockwise or so. Just roll. You can take and do like this if you want. There's some people that can do what they call lap braiding it. It's a talent, it's an art form. Very, very good skill to have. So back to my peg. Let me take this down so we can see it a little better. This aside. Okay, I'm gonna get them nice and even. Twist it. Hook it over my nail. Like I said, you can start at the ends. And then you want to kind of twist. I'm twisting these clockwise until they get in a bind. And I'll hold. And I'm untangling the ends here. Twist some more. And then twirl. So it's a combination of twist clockwise, twirl counterclockwise. You want the twirl to be opposite direction of the twist. Twist clockwise, twirl counterclockwise. And these names I've just kind of come up with over the years. Probably zoom in there and get a better picture of that. I'll put the camera up a little closer in a second. Just twist and twirl. And like I said, the material's nice and wet, works better, and you're constantly detangling the ends because they will bind up on you if you let them get too carried away. Twist and twirl, twist and twirl, and you can see what kind of progress I'm getting here. Now the trick comes to adding new material, but it's not that hard. I'll hold it there, pinch it. Let me get in closer here. So you can see it's pretty even lay. Now the theory is with them twisted one direction and twirled the other direction, when you let go, they kind of go against each other and it doesn't want to come unwound. So we'll keep going. Twist and twirl. Untangle, twist and twirl, constant. You can see how I'm using that as my spacer, I guess you could call it. And you can find this. This is right out of the Army Survival Manual. Good go-to. You can make machines to do this, to hold it. You can do 30-foot pieces at a time. And people talk about it taking a long time to do cordage. You can see it really doesn't take that long. Once you get your material wet and soaked, you twirl. If you notice, I'm twirling, twisting rather, and twirl. Twisting as I go, twirl. Twist and twirl, twist and twirl, twist and twirl. Untangle. About every 3 to 5 twirls, I'll untangle, make sure it doesn't get. And the shorter it gets toward the end, the less it's likely to tangle. You can see right there. You can kind of fray it up there, just get the frays standing up. You can come through kind of like Irish pennants on a uniform. You can kind of burn those off. See if I have a lighter here. Don't think I do. Handy. Twist and twirl. Twist and twirl. Twist and twirl. Twist and twirl. Now to add in new material, let me get closer. To add in new material, I've got another piece here. See, I'm getting too thin or one side. Before you get too close to the end, probably 6 inches out at least, you're going to take another piece. Just kind of twist it. You see I have a separate piece here. I'm going to twist that. I'm going to let go of that because it's going to bind on itself. And then this V-notch here, I want to feed this V up into that V. Then I'm going to twist these together and just add material. And then you just continue twisting and twirling. And you can see how that just adds in. It might create a little spot where you can see it, but once you get good at it, it'll be less and less visible. Twist and twirl. You can see how it looks a little thicker. That's all right. This is for times when you can't go down to the hardware store and buy more cord. And I've used homespun, I guess we can call it homespun cordage, for various things, making lashings, making primitive traps. Used to be the clients, we didn't furnish them with any kind of 550 cord or wire to do traps. They had to make primitive traps using natural cordage. You can see here, I'm at 10 minutes and 36 seconds, and I haven't been weaving this the whole time, and I'm already at 18 inches or so. So you take untangle, because I have more in. Then we'll say, kind of at the end of the piece I need, so I just need a 2-foot piece. Let me get some scissors out of the drawer here instead of using a blade. Scissors cut it more even. Once I get to the end here, to where I want the end, what I do is I just tie an overhand knot. I go a little past what I need, tie an overhand knot. You can see right there, try to get that to show up. Not too bad for quick cordage. The more time you put into it, sitting around a campfire, native children used to just sit and weave cordage. You can see how I get these sticking up. You can just burn those off, make it look better. Doesn't impair function at all having those there. Just makes it look better. And then, if you want it to last a little longer, what you can do is take some chapstick and rub on there, kind of wax it. Works out really good, makes it last a long time. But I've had these pieces here that are hanging, I just soaked them. Whenever you use a piece, or if you haven't used it for a while and it's been sitting in a bag or something, just soak it a little bit before you use it, or even if it's just take it and run it through your mouth like that to wet it so it's not brittle. And you can see right here, I have a weighted clamp hanging on this one. This is about the 6-foot piece. I think I used to use that for snare traps. I've got a weighted clamp hanging from it so it holds nice and straight. That way when it dries, it'll be nice and straight. And you can take large pieces of material and make large ropes pretty easily. Okay, so that's basic cordage making. Cordage 101, I guess we'll call it. And other than that, let me see. This is JB with Going Wild. I'm at running about 14 minutes now. So don't forget to hit like and subscribe. If you still trying to figure out how to read the comments, maybe I'm just not getting a lot. But leave comments if you want to see extra things, or if it's anything that I have experience with, I'll be glad to show it. And don't forget to get outside and go wild.